Hello.
Yes, hello.
So now you're on mute. Yeah, let's try. I don't know whether it will work. It seems you have a problem with your internet. Yeah, let's try. I don't know whether it will work. It seems you have a problem with.
But we shall try.
Can you see the board? Can you see the board?
Using a phone. I'm seeing it.
Try to remove the video, your own picture, Remove it. See if it can work better.
Removing it.
Yeah, remove your own picture, your own display of your picture, so that I don't see you. It's the camera. So switch off the camera. See if it can work better. Yeah.
I'm trying.
Are you able to remove it?
I'm not seeing the anyway.
Do you know where to take it off?
Yes, I'm seeing exit. I'm seeing an exit.
No, you're not exiting. No. You need something which looks like a camera at the top. So if you click that, it should switch off. Don't switch off the microphone, but only the camera.
I'm looking for it anyway.
You can't find it.
I can't find it.
Right. Okay. That's all right. Okay. Let's see.
All right.
Yeah, it may cut off at one point. So, are you able to see the board? Can you see the notes?
Yeah, I'm
you are
seeing
able
it.
to see it.
Clear.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if I move,
yeah, I'm seeing them. Freelance
if I
online
move
tutor.
out this, you can see. I've moved to the next page.
Yeah, I'm seeing the introduction.
Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So you can hear me properly. Can you? Are you able to hear me?
I can.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
Okay. So let's try. If it cuts off, then you have to try again tomorrow. Okay. Just send me a message, and then we'll see what we can do. Okay. So, for today, usually I charge, but I'm not going to charge you for today. We want to try to see if it can work. I work with other countries, but I've never tried in Kenya, Uganda. No. Even in Malawi, I used to actually deal with students from South Africa, Lesotho. Their network is quite good, so it's not a problem at all. But I've never tried in Uganda. So
thanks.
Yeah, so today I'm not going to charge you. Okay. Yeah. So let's just try to go through. Okay. Right. So what you're looking for is obviously writing healthcare management proposal. Okay. Now, as it is saying, this is the proposal. A proposal is something that you are promising you are going to do. So therefore, it is written in the future tense. Okay.
Yes.
Never written in past tense, no, or in the present tense, no. It's the future, because you are promising, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Similar, when we are proposing a marriage to the woman, we are not saying we have married her already, or we are going to marry her today. No, we are talking about in the future, we're going to marry her. So that's where this word proposal comes from. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So let's see. All right. Now, why do we need these proposals? Because the healthcare landscape. So the healthcare landscape means where actually this industry is, the industry of healthcare. Okay. Now, obviously, this healthcare industry is changing all the time. So there's a change in the technology which is influencing it, change in how we finance it. Sometimes it's controlled by the government, but also even the diseases. There are new phases or new diseases that are coming up, which obviously can change the way we work. So, for example, we have had just COVID-19 just recently, which still is a problem in the Western world, probably in Africa, not much, maybe because of heat. Yeah, so therefore, each of these to us as healthcare workers is an opportunity for us to do something new, to find something actually, see whether the very same things we are doing can work or cannot work. So we saw in COVID-19, most of vaccines that we had already, they were not working. So we need to develop new vaccines. So although this is the disease, to us is opportunity, because if we understand that particular problem and we can find a solution to it, then we are more likely to be rewarded in terms of actually gaining more money. Okay. So as is saying, in the ever landscape of healthcare, a well-structured healthcare management proposal can be the key to unlocking these new opportunities. And also sometimes you need to develop partnerships. But also do not forget that the proposal is important if we're going to seek for funding. Funding either from the bank itself, if we're going to get a bank loan, if our healthcare services, they are private, we are working as a business, or we are actually going to seek funding from the government, so government grants. Again, there's international organizations. So all these, they will need these proposals in order for them to fund what you want to do. So whether you are actually aiming to collaborate with a hospital or a healthcare provider or a tech company, a healthcare management proposal is your formal invitation to engage in a mutually beneficial venture. So what is it that actually you want to do yourself? I'm sure you told me you are a dentist. So if you want to establish your dentist business, which you obviously you're going to be offering services, you can see you are not going to have the capital immediately. So what you need to do, you need to write and develop a proposal. Yeah. So that proposal is going to be your dentist service proposal, which you are supposed to actually use it to seek funding either from the bank or seeking grants from the government. Okay. Without that, they cannot do it. Now, as I've said, this tutorial will walk you through actually the essentials of actually creating this compelling healthcare management proposal that stands out. Why do you need it to stand out? The reason is because it's not going to be only your proposal there. There are going to be so many of them. So now, which one are they going to fund will depend how your actual proposal is standing out. How is it different from everybody else? How attractive is it? Yeah, which means, are you there or you have disappeared?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, right. Yeah. So so how actually yours is standing out? That's very, very important. In a sense, we are saying your proposal is going to meet the competition. It's not only you are there. No, it's going to be several proposals. So what is the healthcare management proposal? Healthcare management proposal is actually a detailed document. So it's a document that outlines the potential for either collaboration, or if it's a dentist, is your dentist business. Yeah. What is the potential of that? Okay. Between actually your organization, if you're already existing, and the prospective partner in the healthcare sector. So here, if you are looking at the dentist as a business or dentist as the already existing, but you're looking for extra funding, then obviously you need to collaborate with other organizations which you want to work with. Then it's important that obviously you have written this proposal, which you're going to present to your colleagues so they can see, understand what benefits are there for them, but also how successful this venture is going to be. As it says, it serves as a formal request to engage in a joint venture, highlighting the benefits. And now these benefits, not only to you, it needs to be benefit to the other people you want to engage with. So, for example, if you're going to, this is for seeking a loan from the bank wants to see what benefits is going to be there, because they are going to charge you interest for the money you are given, or you are actually the loan you take. So now they want to know whether you'll be able to actually to make this money and be able to give them the amount they need, which is the interest they charge for using their money. But also, we are interested to see whether your venture that you are proposing is going to be successful or not successful. Yeah. So how shall we know? We need to look at the competencies you already have, but also you have researched and understand the market itself, which means you understand the customer, the size, the numbers, and also how much competition is already there. Yeah. So because if the competition is tough, there's no way you're going to succeed in there. And as I said, it should not only present the idea, but also provide a roadmap for how the collaboration will actually unfold. This is implementation plan. So it should have implementation plan, how you're going to do, who is going to do what, and when. It's extremely important. How much time do they need to do? So each one of those people you are proposing, they are going to have a role in the business that you are trying to actually sell, if you like. Yeah, so it's a very, very important. Even if it's just a collaboration, each partner need to know what their roles are, and also how those roles are going to benefit the business as a whole, or the collaboration as a whole. Okay, so it's ensuring, obviously, that both parties are aligned in their goals and expectations. So, in a sense, it's a legal document, because as a legal document, if something goes wrong, then obviously you go back to what you had made, agreement you had made, so that it can be resolved. You also propose how, if there are going to be differences or arguments, how are you going to be resolving those problems. Right. Now, this document is crucial in establishing trust and credibility, as it reflects the professionalism and preparedness of your organization. So it's important that it is written properly and it's written correctly. It should have a well-articulated healthcare management proposal, can also serve as a reference point throughout the partnership, helping to keep both parties accountable and focused on the agreed upon objectives. What is it that you want to actually achieve together? So what really is the purpose of this healthcare management proposal? The main aim of healthcare management proposal is to prevent a clear and persuasive case for collaboration. If that proposal is for collaboration, if the proposal is that you want to seek money loan from the bank, again, you need to be persuasive that they can actually give you the money. Yeah. Otherwise, if it's not persuasive that they can give you the money, then you don't get that loan. If it's something to obviously because you want to work with other people, again, you need to be clear and you need to be persuasive that when they read, they will understand what is there for them and they can see what you want to achieve and also what themselves will achieve by partnering with you or collaborating with you. It should demonstrate how the partnership will address specific needs, because that's what the organization is there for. So, for example, if you set up a dentist company or the dentistry care center, then we need to know exactly what that dentistry is going to be actually doing, what are services you're going to be providing, and how will those services improve the people who come to you, which is their healthy outcome. Okay, or how is it going to operate efficiently, which means operating at a lower cost, because otherwise, if the costs are higher, then that is going to take profit away, so it's not going to work. So you may have more losses than actually the gain you get. So it's extremely important. Also, a well-crafted healthcare proposal can pave the way for successful negotiations and long-term partnerships. So, if you're going to partner with the other organizations, it's important that your proposal can actually provide them the vision that you have, so they can see what you are aiming at and where will you be in 10 years' time or in 5 years' time. This is very important. Even if the proposal is for the loan, also the bank is interested to see in 5 years' time where will your business be. Will it grow? If it will grow, what will be the size? Okay. Why is that important? Because if your business grows, they know that their money is going to be recovered. Because they don't recover the loan just in a day. No, it has to take quite some time. So it's extremely important that this is made clear. Also, can serve as a tool for securing funding, as I said, or resources, especially if you are seeking for grants from the government. It's extremely important. Or obviously, there are going to be other stakeholders you may want to work with. So, as often, more inclined to invest in initiatives that are backed by thorough research and a solid plan. Now, research is here is extremely important because you need to evidence to provide to support what the arguments are. So, for example, if you set up your dentistry company in that particular industry, what they are, or I mean, that particular area, they are interested to know how many people are more likely to use your dentistry services. If the numbers are smaller, then the bank will not be happy at all. They're not going to give you the money. Okay, and so therefore you need to do the research, find the total population of that particular area, and out of those population, what's the proportion that obviously they tend to have teeth problems. Okay, and obviously how many are there that you hope they can access it. What age groups is going to be there that are having these problems of teeth, if you like, or teeth disease. Yeah, so it's extremely important for you to do a thorough research. The research also should involve how many actually competitors are already in that particular industry, in the area where you're going to work. If the competition is very tough, your company is going not to succeed. So therefore, the bank will doubt if they give you the money, you'll be able to pay back. So it's extremely important. Also research about the prices you're going to be charging, how much you're going to be charging. Also research about the availability of workers that you'll be looking for to employ so that they can support you, they can help you. Okay, so this is very important. The research is extremely important because you need to provide evidence to show, to demonstrate, or to support that what you say is viable and is going to work. Now, by clearly outlining the potential benefits and impact of the proposed collaboration or the dentistry company that you want to set up, you can effectively engage decision makers and gain their support. Now, here, decision makers includes people who give you grants in the government, but also people who give you the loan, like the banks. The other people you might need is obviously the legal requirement for you to set up the whatever dentistry business you want to set up. So again, that legal requirement is extremely important. If it is more like, I think I've been to Uganda where I came there to do my PhD research years back. One of the things that you have also, you tend to have local party people who might support that. Definitely you needed that business there, or you needed to have that dentistry in that area. So local people, again, they are extremely important. So they are all part of stakeholders and they are decision makers. If they say no, it's no. Yeah, so obviously they represent the government, so it's extremely important. And furthermore, yeah, can you hear?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Yeah, okay. So furthermore, a healthcare management proposal can also help in identifying potential risks and also what challenges are there. Normally, those risks, they are more to do with what can cause your business to fail. Okay, so or what can cause this collaboration to fail. So if your dentistry business you want to set up, you need to show what actually can cause your business to fail. You can quickly tell that the first one is going to be the tougher competition you may have. So if competition is very high, then your business, you're just starting. Not many people will trust your services. Okay. Yeah, so not many will trust your services. So obviously, the chances that you are going to succeed is very slim. Another factor that can actually make your business fail is going to be lack of financing, lack of funding. So obviously, either grants from the government is not there, or there's no opportunity for you to get money for loan. So you can't borrow money from the bank, either because you have no history. The bank cannot tell whether you're going to be successful or not, because they always look at the back. What have you done before? Did you borrow money somewhere before? Did you pay it back? If you had paid it back, it means the risk is actually reduced. And also the lack of number of people that you need, the specialized skills that you need. Dentistry is not a job that everybody can do. There are always going to be people who are well trained. So are those people available in that labor market? If they are not there, it means that you cannot yeah, they cannot. You cannot succeed because it means maybe you have to employ people from outside your country. Then you have a problem because then there is your government regulations which you're going to need to deal with because they may not allow foreigners to come and work in your country. Especially where I am in the UK, it's not easy for people don't just come in as if they're going to the garden. So all these, they need to be actually explored. So you can see you need a lot of research because
Yeah.
you can't manage without research at all because you need evidence of this. It's not the things you're going to be creating. No. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So what really are key components? Okay. So however you organize your proposal, yeah, these are the main components you need to have. Okay. So the first is going to be executive summary. Now, this executive summary, although it comes first, you always write it last because it summarizes everything, the most important things in the proposal as a whole. So therefore, don't expect that you can write this at the very start. No. Okay. But it's extremely important because some of us, we are very busy. We just read the executive summary. So even if I was a bank manager, I have 200 proposals to look at who are seeking for loans. Then I can't read each one of them in detail. There's no way. Okay. So all I need is to read the executive summary. So executive summary is extremely important. If I read the executive summary, I can manage to think what you have written in the rest of your or the rest of your proposal. Yeah, so then I don't need it one at all. Yeah, so it's written last, but obviously we read it first, and most of the busy managers, they want to read that part. Then you need to have the problem statement. So problem statement are the things that you want to address. Okay, so that is there. So for example, there are so many children with what do you call them? Dental caries? What do you call them?
Yeah, dental caries, the
Yeah,
gum disease.
yeah, gingivitis, yeah, all sorts of those. So if they are there, this is the problem. So you are looking at this problem. Now, addressing this problem, obviously, you need to explain how many were we talking about and what age range are we talking about. What actually is the geographical location. Okay, so maybe in the center, maybe in the west, maybe in the east, maybe in the north or south. Yeah, so again, we need to look at the differences between male and female. If they are young people, we're talking about maybe schools or colleges or universities. So you need to be specific. So this is the problem. So the problem that you obviously want to address. Now, do not just state this address. You state this problem. You need to provide evidence. So this evidence is the reference. So you need to say yes. Yeah, for example, the national statistics, for example. I'm sure you have national statistics in Uganda.
Yes.
So how many people actually were discovered with those? And then what has been the trend over a period of time? So the last 3 years, is the problem getting worse or is it getting better or is it declining? Then who else obviously is doing what and how actually that particular what they are doing is failing. Yeah, so it's not meeting all the needs of the people. Yeah, that obviously they're suffering. Probably the services availability, they are lower than actually the demand. So all these, they need research. It's not something which you need to make up. If you make up, you'll be in trouble because obviously we can check when we know you were just making them up. So there's no way you're going to get money, and no one wanted to obviously going to collaborate with you. And then once you have done that, then the next is what do you think is the solution to this particular problem? So remember, all these, they are proposals. Yeah, is what you want to do. So how do you actually intend to actually deal with this? So if really there are dental caries in schools or in primary schools, then how actually are you going to solve this? What will you be doing? Are you going to go to schools and then obviously talk to the teachers, talk to the students, and then obviously raise an awareness campaign, or you're going to ask the teachers or head teachers to give you opportunity to go and have healthy talks to the students, to the pupils in class, and then you direct them to your healthy center or whatever, wherever you are setting up. Is that what you want to do? Or the other way you want to do is obviously target parents, and then parents, obviously, they are the ones who have got power to bring their children to your hospital, to your center where you are. The other way of doing it is obviously have a mobile clinic. If you have got money, you need a car or a van where you take all your things and you're actually going to school. School is easier because it's a catchment area already. But the other catchment area you can have is actually the most of African governments, their citizens, they pray a lot. Yeah. So the churches, the other target group you can have, because they obviously Saturday, the Catholics and the Protestants, they go on Sundays, and then the seventh day they go on Saturdays. So you can target them on Saturdays and target them on Sunday. So you go to schools, to churches, okay? Or if they are Muslims, then you go to their mosques. So which means you need to liaise with the imams, or whatever they call them. Yes, the church leaders are working together with them. So that's the collaboration you're going to have in order to fight this problem that you have now with these dental caries among the children. The others you need to work with, which are also stakeholders, they are going to be the businesses. They sell things like sweets, sugar. Yeah, as you are trying to reduce these, because you are trying to tell them that they contribute to the decay of children's teeth. And then you also need those who are selling toothbrushes, so that obviously they can make them cheaper, so children can actually brush the teeth. Those who sell the toothpaste. So you can see the whole group is going to grow. Yeah, these are all stakeholders, and all these you need to research them, make sure they are available and they are willing to participate to help you in providing this solution. So this solution should be different from what is currently existing. So you need to tell people what are currently existing and what is it that obviously they are not managing to do, which you're going to do differently. So what are the new things you want to do yourself in order to resolve this particular problem? If the service is completely new, no one else is doing it, yes, you say, okay, you have researched that there's no one at the moment. So this problem is actually continuing, growing, and is making worse because there's no any other organization or no any other businesses which are actually providing these particular services. Okay. Then the next you need to look at is, so how are you going to implement this particular business? So you need the implementation plan. So whether it is this idea of reducing the tooth decay among young people in primary schools, or you are targeting adults, whatever. Yeah, want to know how we're going to implement. Yeah, so you need, within that proposal, you need the implementation plan. Okay, so
Yes.
this is going to be not new. You see, already what you have suggested is going to be done. Then we need those activities that will help you to achieve what you want to achieve. And then once we have these activities, why is this important? Because we need to allocate resources to them. So we need to allocate time. Each activity will take a different time. So from this month to this month, this is going to happen. From this month to this month, this is going to happen. And in each of these activities, you are going to have resources that you need. So, for example, how many people do you need? And also, what sort of people, what qualifications do you need to have? And also want to know what other things you need. So, for example, do you need a van, as I said, if you're going to move around? Do you need the bicycles? Do you need the motorcycles? I saw many motorcycles in Uganda that time.
Yeah.
People were moving a lot on the motorcycles. Yeah. So do you need these? And then you can see already if we need these, then we cost them. So we cost them. Once we cost them, they are going to become the budget. Yeah. So people will need to have to be paid salaries. The materials or the other equipment you want, they need to be purchased again. Yeah, we need to find how much each one costs. That's why it is important. Time also, don't forget, we pay people by how many hours they have worked. Yeah, so obviously it's important to know how long it's going to take place so that we can cost it. And then that cost, the total of that is going to become a budget. So once you have actually established the budget, then the next one you need to do is obviously knowing what will be the cost in the future and versus obviously how much money you're going to make. So here, if we are looking at the business that is more to do with money making. So because to see the money making, you need to look at the cost you have incurred versus how much money you have. So the difference is what we call profit, which is the gain of what you have gained. But in terms of if it is just the organization that is the working on behalf of the government, so you will see that you are going to be looking at the cost integration. So we are interested in how many people actually you covered versus how much money you have spent. That's what cost benefit ratio is. The government institutions, all the charity organizations, they are not interested in the profit. No. We are interested with the services you have provided to the people versus the amount of money you have spent. And that's how the government allocate the budget or allocate the funding for various grants. Okay. And then obviously, yeah, so we are there. The next what we want interested is how we're going to know that we are succeeding. That's extremely important. Because otherwise there's no point going, and then you don't know what is going on. So we are interested to find out how are we going to measure. So these are evaluation metrics. Okay. So how are we going to measure the success, but also how are we going to measure the failures? So it's extremely important that we know the measure, which we call evaluation metrics. So you are going to use to assess whether your organization is succeeding. If it's talking about money, we're talking about the amount of profit they're going to make versus the cost they have incurred. So the difference between those is actually what you are earning. But if it's the government institutions or it's a charity organization, then we are looking at how many people actually we saved with those different services and versus the how much we have spent to save those people. The other metric we may use is obviously the total number of people that obviously there's a reduction in the dental caries. So we compare with how many there were last year. So let's say at the same primary school, we're looking at, let's say there were maybe 50 in one class who had dental caries problem. And then you have started working with this school, and then the following year you're going to check, and then that number has dropped to 30. So it means that you have actually reduced by 20 over 50 multiplied by 100, which gives you 60%. So which means you are being successful there because it is coming down. Okay? It is coming down. So that's extremely very, very important. Okay? So these are the elements. Whatever the structure your healthcare management proposal is going to be, it needs to have these 6 elements. They can be put in a different ways, but they will always be there. If any of these misses, then you have got a problem. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. So in addition to these key components, okay, so in addition to what we have covered, it is also beneficial to include a section on the background of your organization. So if you already have organization, you want to know how long organization has actually been working, when was it established, why was it established, what is its mission, and what is its objective, what services does it actually offer, how many people are already there, how many of those people they are dentists, how many are cleaners, and how many are just administrators, typists, or receptionists. Yeah, so all those we want to know. Yeah, because why? Because we want to know whether there are already skills existing. So people already have knowledge and they have got competences, they have got skills, which you are going to start from. And also want to know so far how have that organization has been performing. Because obviously, if it's towards the end, it's about to die, then there's no need to fund it. Let it naturally die. Okay? Because otherwise, we fund it today, tomorrow it's dead. Then that's not helpful. We have just wasted the money. I think this section should provide a brief overview of your organization's history, what are mission, what are the values, as well as any relevant experience, expertise that positions you as a credible partner. So if you are looking for a partner to work with, that's what you need to look at. And if it's a business organization, again, you need to look at these. Do we have this expertise already? Because the bank will be looking at that if it wants to fund it. The government grants will also be looking at that to see whether you already have these people existing. Now, if these people are not existing, then in your budget, you're going to have these people already put in budget, because you're saying if it requires training, then obviously you're going to have a budget for that training. If it is recruiting new people, then obviously you need a recruitment budget as well. So because you need to incur a cost in order to recruit those people. Machines you want to buy, like equipment we're talking about, blood pressure machine, thermometers, whatever you want. So obviously you need that. If it's you need an additional structure like a building for maybe dentist chairs, they have got special chairs as far as I can remember. Yeah, they are not normal chairs. They have got dentist chairs where you use to extract teeth. Yeah, so person stay there and you extract your teeth. And then within those extractions, there are quite a number of other things you need. So you have lidocaine, you have syringes, you have needles. Sometimes you need also butterfly needles. All those little things, they need to be included. And then that's why in those particular budget, these resources are extremely important to know. Yeah, because you're going to attach the prices to them, which leads to your budget. Okay. Now, obviously, also we need to include the testimonials or case studies from previous collaboration or previous projects. If it's a similar project you are doing now, you have done it before, even if it's a totally different project, but for the fact that you have done it similar things before and you've been successful, that reduces the risk for the banks to lend you money, but also reduces the risk for the government to give you the grant, which you're just going to waste, probably not doing anything at all. So it's obviously important to tell them what things you have done before and how successful you were. Okay, so all this background is extremely important because you are trying to show that obviously you have got a track record of success. Without that, no, you can't succeed. Yeah, making sense? Are you following?
Yes, I'm following.
Okay, right. Yeah, moreover, consider adding a section that outlines the potential risks. Again, we need to know the risks. Now, it's not only to know the risks, but also want to know how you're going to deal with them. Yeah, so it's really important. Okay. So if we're looking at a partnership, then what are the potential risks of actually this partnership? If it's your business, what are the potential risks of these businesses? And how are you going to actually attempt to reduce them? We call them mitigating the risks. So you are trying to reduce them. If you haven't thought in advance, it's not going to help you at all, because you can't start waiting until it starts happening. And then you have no plan of how you can reduce them. No, it doesn't work that way. Whether it's a business or it's just services that are charity organization, or you are doing something which is your personal business, it doesn't work that way. You need to think in advance. What should I do? So, for example, all of a sudden you have run out of money. What will you do? Yeah, are there any assets that you can sell and then get the other additional money? Or Are you able to be prepared to maybe declare redundancy some of the people so that you can actually stop spending more money? So all of those, you need to find ways of reducing that. I was saying this demonstrates the foresight and the commitment to transparency, which can actually enhance the trustworthiness of your proposal. So these, they need to be included. Does not show going to show weaknesses, and therefore I'm not going to do it because they will not fund me. No, in fact, you're asking more questions, if it's for the bank or for the government. Yeah, you're going to be asking more questions. They are not just going to fund you. They'll call you and try to ask you whether you have thought it through. Okay.
All right.
Right. So writing a healthcare management proposal requires a strategic approach. So it's a long-term thing. It's not a short-term. Yeah. All the proposals, they are normally more than 3 years. So the minimum period is 3 years. The maximum period is, depending on the industry, some periods can go as far as 10 years. The far you go, the more riskier it is, because you don't know much about what is going to happen in the long, far term. But at least most of the proposals they are for 3-year periods. Yeah, rarely you get 4 years, 5 years. Very, very rare. Now, each section should be obviously meticulously crafted to convey your message effectively. Now, here's the step-by-step guide to help you through the process. So let's look at this step-by-step guide. We may not finish this today, but you may have to probably to do again tomorrow because I have other things to do. But let's try to finish a little bit of it.
All right.
Yeah. So step 1. Yeah. So remember, this is an executive summary. Okay. So that's what you need. So executive summary is a concise overview of your healthcare management proposal. It should capture the essence of your proposal, highlighting the key points and the value proposition. Okay, so value is what actually you're going to gain. It's not the price, it's not the money. No, it's the benefits. So the benefits so if you're going to be having your own colleagues which you want to work together, then what benefit are they going to have? Okay, it's not what they pay. No, it's not the money. It's the value. The value is the benefit. Okay, the satisfaction they get. This section is crucial as it sets the tone for the rest of the document. It's also important because it's the first one we read. It's the first page. Although we write last, but it's always the first page. So a well-written executive summary should be engaging and informative and providing enough detail to entice the reader to continue exploring the proposal. More importantly is that the people who are very busy, like the bank manager, if he has 200 proposals, there's no way he can need each one in full details. No. But also when we are selecting which ones should we fund, which ones we shouldn't fund, we can quickly look at the executive summary. And then those which are completely rubbish, we just throw them in a bin. And we pick a few. And then from those, we read it carefully, and then we extract a few again from those few already, until we reach maybe a maximum of 5 or maximum of 3. So if you only want your proposal to be considered, you make sure that it is well written and also is complete in terms of content. Now, it is often beneficial to write this section last, as it allows you to distill the most important aspects of your proposal after you have completed the other sections. And so, as I said, we always write it last. Now, it aims to keep it to 1 or 2 pages, okay, ensuring that it is succinct, yet comprehensive enough to convey the significance of your healthcare management proposal. Rarely you get 2 pages. In most of the cases, it should be 1 page. Yeah. So if it's 2 pages, more than that is even useless. Step number 2, remember we said we need to define the problem. Okay, so clearly articulate the problem or need that your proposal addresses. Okay, so
Yes.
Yeah, so what is it exactly you want to address? Is it these dental caries of these young people? Now, that is not enough. We need to know how many people are actually affected by those problems you're talking about. So research here is required. You need statistics to support you, okay? Not just hearsay, no. And you need to provide references to it. And those references must be in the correct format. That's the main problem. I think if you have been to school writing assignments, there are different colleges or different universities. Obviously, they actually recommend different ways of or format of referencing. So the commonest is Harvard referencing. That's all obviously might come up. But these days there are quite other new ones which have come in. Okay. The second we used to be APA, which is obviously American psychology something. Yeah. Okay. This section should provide context and demonstrate your understanding of the challenges faced by the prospective partner. So if we're going to look at if let's say this is a collaboration proposal, okay, then it's extremely important to understand you need to do the research. It's like in marriage here. You can't just pick someone and put her in your house. You need to understand her. Yeah. What about if I cross her? What is going to happen? It's going to take a knife and stab me. Then I'll be dead. Okay. Or it doesn't cook for me. So if you're going to take this partnership work, it's a partnership want to work with other organizations. You need to make sure that you understand these organizations, how they work, who they are. Yeah, what have they been able to do before? So that's extremely important. Again, you need to research them. There's nothing wrong to research them because you need to find evidence. As you can see, use data and statistics to substantiate your claims. Yeah, so obviously what it's saying here is you need to have evidence. That's all. Not evidence from sources that are not recommended, but you need is obviously published data here. Okay.
Yes.
They add credibility to your argument. Yeah. So again, as I said, research is needed. Very, very important. Additionally, consider including quotes or insights from industry experts to further emphasize the urgency of the issue. Yeah. So there might be statements that have been made probably by the prime minister or by the president. I know your president tended to talk a lot about other things in the different meetings. So if you quote him there, it's going to be because whatever he says, everybody is going to take it seriously. So if you quote him, that's fine. Or the clients or customers who have actually used the similar services before, or maybe a member of parliament somewhere, or maybe a head teacher, people who have got authorities. Yeah, so you can quote them. Okay. Yeah, parents, they have got authority because the children belong to them. They are the ones who brought them up, so therefore they should be listened to. So if you quote them, there's nothing wrong there. So it's important because it adds credibility to your problem. You are adding, saying this problem is actually realistic. What I'm saying, I'm not just making them up. It is also helpful to frame the problem in a way that it resonates with the prospective partner's goals and priorities. So that's why you need to research them, what actually their goals are, what are their priorities. So, because if their priorities and their goals are different from yours, you cannot partner with them. In the same way, in the marriage, if your vision for the marriage is different from that particular woman, you can't get married. So you're just inviting trouble. So you'll be in trouble. Okay. Yeah. So showing that you have a deep understanding of their specific context. Okay. As I said, research also is required here. Now, finally, by doing so, you can actually create a compelling narrative that highlights the importance of addressing the problem and position your health care management proposal as a timely and relevant solution. We're not talking of things that are 20 years back. Yeah, because things now they have changed. So there's no way you can be doing that. Now, present your solution is very important. So outline your proposed solution in detail. Explain how your approach will effectively address the identified problem and the benefits it will bring to the partner organization if you are going to work with the partner. Use data and evidence to support your claims. So research again is required. It is essential to be clear about the methodology. That's how you're going to do it. You will employ and the rationale behind your chosen approach. So this is the actual implementation plan. So why do you think what you are proposing is going to work? So if you are trying to convince the government that if I did these services in schools or in primary schools, then obviously the dental caries is going to reduce. Yeah, so you need to provide evidence. How do you think these will actually work, and what actually metrics you're going to use in terms of measurement to show that you actually things are improving? Where's evidence that obviously somewhere else they did exactly the same things and it has worked? So that's extremely important. That's why, again, research is extremely important. Now, consider including a comparison of your solution with alternative options. Yeah, sometimes you may have 5, 6 different types of solutions to the same problem. So why do you pick this one which you are focusing on now? Why have you left the others? Yeah, so you need to look at what are the advantages of these that you have actually included in your proposal. So again, it's extremely important to do research. You may say want to incorporate testimonials or case studies from previous projects that demonstrate the effectiveness of your solution. Again, you're going to find these by researching. So it might be another company somewhere, not here, just in your country, maybe in a different country. But that country must be at the same level in terms of economic status, like you, because otherwise, for example, you can't compare Uganda with Britain. There's no way. Solutions that work in Uganda cannot work in UK, and those that work in UK cannot work in Uganda. The last time I was doing research in Uganda, I learned that the solutions that were actually effective in southern Uganda could not work in northern Uganda. We were talking about HIV that time. Yeah. So you can see, because there's a cultural differences, material differences. So all those are extremely important. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, this not only adds credibility, but also provides tangible evidence of your credibility. So, which means you have skills, you have competences which you need in order to deliver the results. That's what I mean by capability. So, capability is do you have skills? Do you have competences? Furthermore, be sure to address any potential concerns or objection that the prospective partner may have regarding your solution, and provide reassurances or counter arguments to alleviate these concerns. So if you are really going to work in a partnership, then you have these problems where actually your partner might say, no, this is not going to work. Why? Because you're also struggling for authority. Who should be known, you or the other organization? Because if this is your solution, then obviously whatever is documented is about your organization, not the other organization. So you're going to meet these counter arguments that you need to make in order to defeat or to neutralize the negativity that your own partner is trying to impose on you. Sometimes these may actually even make the partnership completely collapse. So, because even in the business itself, you can have partners so that you can contribute financially together to put money together so that you can start up with that particular dental business. Right. Okay. So I'll stop here because we are going to be cut immediately. So I will send you these notes now. Okay. So you don't need to worry. I'm going to email you this. So you need to have time tomorrow that we can finish. Yeah.
All right.
What time will you be available tomorrow?
I think around 3.
Around 3 o'clock. So which is 1 hour earlier, yeah?
Yes, PM, yes.
Okay. That's
yes.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. So I will send you this. I will send all these notes so we can read in advance. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doctor.
Yeah. Do you have any question at all?
And now, if at all there has not been research yet about the things I'm writing about,
Sorry?
how do I clarify that?
How do you clarify what?
In case there is no such research that has been done before about what I'm writing about the problems that I'm trying to write about.
It's very unlikely. It's very unlikely that obviously is not known. Very, very unlikely. But you can say that it doesn't exist anywhere. So it's a new thing.
All
So
right.
if it's a new problem, you say it's a new problem. You have not heard it anywhere, because when we say anywhere, we are talking about around the globe, that's why it's very unlikely. Before you declare that, you must make sure you have done research, and you can't find that anywhere.
Because we have the National Housing and the Population Census that has been done recently in 2024.
Sorry.
We have the National Housing and Population Census that has been done before
Mm-hmm.
in 2024. Maybe the statistics of the population that we are having, but as per the prevalence of the disease and everything,
Mm-hmm.
normally dental research is still low, especially in Kampala, in Uganda.
What disease is that?
Yes,
What disease? What's the name of the disease?
like dental caries, and for example, in this western region, gum disease prevalence, like that.
No, they are now. So you have Uganda. Then
Yes.
Uganda has the same cultural similarities with the countries that are next to it. Yeah, so you take statistics from the next countries that are nearby.
Oh.
Yeah, because they are in the same. What you can't is to compare statistics from UK or America, because Uganda is far away from America, is far away from UK.
Okay.
Yeah, so look at the statistics from other countries. I'm sure dental caries is a common problem in Malawi, where I come from.
True.
Mm-hmm. So you should have statistics from Malawi. So therefore, you borrow those statistics to use for your own country. Yeah.
Now, for example, where I want to write for a proposal, I'm in a private non-for-profit hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It is in the western region, but dentistry and dental healthcare service is still a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it is under that hospital that I want to write that we can seek dental care for people in the community, because what the problem is people have dental problems, but affordability of how to take care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
because most of the people see that as if it's quite expensive for them. Most of them will opt for extractions, and they will come for extraction in case there is severe pain. That's the problem that I'm seeing this side.
Yeah, so if it's a government, okay, the government, you are looking at the population statistics here. Remember, they are interested in cost-benefit ratio. So you can actually even have. So, for example, if I were you, I would stay at the hospital where I am working, and try to see how many people actually came. So I can take for the last 6 months, or can take the whole of last year. Yeah, document them. Yeah, and then once you have documented them, so you're going to have a percentage. So let's say out of 20 patients you have seen, 2 of them, they have got dental problems. So then 2 out of 20 multiplied by 100. Yeah, so that will give you how much? What percentage is that?
2 out of?
2 out of 20. So every 20 patients you see, 2 of them have dental caries problem.
That is 10%.
Yeah, so 10%. So then what's the total population of your area? So that figure.
It is around 1.27.
Yes.
Rwenzori region.
Yeah, so then it means 10% of that population, you're estimating that 10% of that population has got dental caries problem.
Oh.
You see how it works?
Because I normally write the annual analytical report. Can it work in that way? Because I've already even compiled it already.
Yes, that's what we are saying, because it's even good. Because if the problem is new, then what you need to do is take a sample for let's say for a week, or for let's say if I take for a week, and I've seen 2 people, that week, then it means I'm estimating that how many I'm going to see in a month. If I'm estimating that 2 people every week, 2 people that I see, I've got dental caries among the patients. How many am I going to see in a month?
In a month, times 4.
Yeah, so I'm going to see 8.
Yes.
And in 12 months, it's going to be
and
8.
12 months, those are 96.
8 times 12.
Yes, 96.
Yeah. So you can see that's the way you do. You estimate if it's a new problem. You make those estimates. But your estimates are realistic, because you are taking from the people you have seen. It's not something you have created out of your head.
Yeah, you normally make annual analytical reports.
Yeah, so if it's from annual report, it's even good because you can manage how many you see in a year.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can actually what you call extrapolation to the total population of that area, or the total population of Uganda as a whole. So you can estimate, but overall in this particular country, I can estimate that so many people have got dental caries problem based on that survey, which is not a survey, it's based on the data that you have, which you reported.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, doctor.
Yeah, but they are going to be estimates. So you're calling them estimates. Don't forget that they are estimates.
Yeah.
They are not.
Yes.
They are not the actual. They are estimates.
All right.
And estimates, they have got the 10 plus minus percent. So they can go up by 10 plus 10%. They can go down by 10%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. We'll finish this tomorrow.
Thanks, doctor, for everything.
Okay. All right. You take care. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Likewise.